Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we've had a rough couple of missions. There is no doubt about it. Last mission, we kind of got wrecked a little bit, lost 2 mechs in total, but we are able to recover here. If we go into the mech bay, we can see that we do still have access to 8 mechs. It's going to be a bit before they are all ready to go though, so let's go ahead and tick forward here. We will get our mech warriors back. Okay, yeah, we'll assign Ringo private VIP quarters in the ARC. Well, should we throw a party? Sure, we'll throw Ringo a party. Morale increased by 5. Sure, we could use that considering our recent losses. Excellent. So we're going to proceed here. And we're starting to finish up a fair number of these repairs. And that's good. I don't think we're going to wait on the Gladiator. Of course, we could. We could wait on the Gladiator. I do want to check the mech bay though. Yeah, the Ghost and the Veagle are going to need additional work. So let's hop in here and get that done. The small pulse laser needs to be removed from the Ghost. And can we just straight up replace that? Our heat efficiency on the Ghost isn't the best. We may want to take this opportunity to upgrade our heat efficiency. We could put in a clan heatsink kit. We do have a single standard heatsink here that we would have to drop. Do we have, is that a free heatsink? It's a free external heatsink. Okay, so we would need a clan heatsink to make that work. We do have a double heatsink. We could do that. And then drop this heatsink here. Wait. That's not a free heatsink? Yeah, it's supposed to be a free heatsink, but that freed up tonnage. I'm confused. Okay, it is a free heatsink. Perfect. So that fixes our Ghost's heat efficiency problem. And let's just go ahead and put in, this is going to need to be a laser weapon. We can potentially put something a little bit better than the small pulse laser in, like for example, a clan ER medium. Or a clan heavy laser. That's going to be a lot of heat. Let's see how much heat that generates. That's still better heat efficiency than it was. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go ahead and do that. That's cheap. Only 3 days. Do it. Okay, so now the Veagle needs a little bit of work. Let's see what work it needs. We need to repair the shoulder and the ERPPC. Otherwise, nothing. We're good to go. That's fine by me. I'm just checking to see if there's anything that we can potentially do here. We've got our free heat sinks on here already. No, I think it's fine. Why do we have case 2 over here? Oh, right, because AP Gauss rifles are volatile. That's right. It's only down here that we don't have any case. And I'm wondering if we shouldn't move this ammo over to this arm. Just because we do have case over here already. So that way all of our ammo is cased. Wait. Our armor has inbuilt case. So what's the point of having case on here? We've already got it. So that means that we have an extra ton that we can throw into heat sinks. Unfortunately, we have a double heatsink kit in here, and we don't have another double heatsink. So what can we do instead? Well, that is a question, isn't it? I mean, we could throw in an extra ton of ATM ammo. That's a thing that we could do. I don't know how helpful that is, really. But we could do, like, regular, or maybe extended range ER ATM ammo. There we go. I think that'll help. Okay, so we'll validate that. That'll only take 3,000 C-bills and 2 days. Fantastic.
Logged and noted.
Okay, let's go ahead and tick forward a few more days here and let some of these get finished up. 2, 1... Okay, so there's the quick draw done. The quick draw is going to need work. We were forced to eject out of it previously. So let's go ahead and repair all of that. And then, do we want to put anything into this cockpit? That's the question, isn't it? I mean, we've got an FCS standard here. We could just put a clan FCS in there. We definitely could. We could also put a clan cockpit for that one gunnery. We could put in the clan FCS standard for an additional gunnery. And then we could also put in... Let's see, the comm suite would overwrite the FCS. What we're looking for here is other types of sensors, and we do currently have advanced sensors. We could get 10% additional range, or 4% additional range and 4% additional sight range. But I think, do these have a minimum range on them? No, they don't. The lasers don't. Okay, that's good to know. That's very good to know. So instead, we could do something along the lines of just a sensor, well, yeah, a sensor range for the 10% additional range. That didn't go in. There we go. That's more like it. For the 10% additional range. Okay, there we go. We'll go ahead and validate that. Perfect. And that will take 1 day and 677 C-bills. So we're going to tick forward here for a few more days. Okay, so that's work on quite a few mechs complete. Let's hop into the mech bay and see if there's any more that need actual work. Yes, the Hunchback does. Well, that's just a quick repair job. No worries at all there. Okay, sounds good. I think we are going to tick forward until all of these are back. Okay, so the Gladiator is good to go. Everything should be good to go. Let's make double sure. Yes. Fantastic. Okay. So now we're going to hop into the barracks, do any training that is necessary. Ringo can grab a point of tactics for those sweet, sweet sensor rolls. And that's all we can do. Okay, so we are now ready to deploy, and honestly, I want to do something kind of simple here. Quick and easy cash. That's what I'm looking for here. This is a defend base mission. I'm not going to claim that that's going to be quick and simple. A lot of these are a bit on the tougher side right now. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and do this. We should have plenty of support. We should have, ideally, turrets and maybe a defensive army, or a defensive unit on our side. Do we want more cash? I think we do want more cash here. This is against the Lyrans. This should, in theory, be okay. Okay, so we'll have the Shadowhawk over here. Do we have anybody with Shadowhawk affinities? If the tooltips work. No. 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 But Wildfire can get Shadowhawk affinities, so that'll work. Sarge is not going to be able to pilot this. So anybody with Quick Draw affinities? As a no. And nobody who can get them either. Gladiator. I don't think we have... Yeah, no. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Fantastic. We should, in theory, be reasonably fine here. We are at the same Lance rating as this difficulty, so... Yeah, the Veagle's slightly underweight, but it should be fine. Honestly, I feel like we got a few decent upgrades out of that, particularly in the heat capacity of the Ghost. I'm pretty pleased with that. The Ghost was struggling with heat, and now it shouldn't be. So that will be absolutely solid. And its damage should have increased. So hopefully this time we don't have the quick draw immediately have the pilot bleeding out and be forced to eject on, like, turn 2. That would be nice. So we need to defend the occupied base. Hostile Lyran forces have been making increasingly bold incursions towards one of our processing facilities on Terra. This facility represents a substantial cash investment for Comstar, and its destruction would be both politically and financially disastrous. We need a capable mercenary company to defend the site. Payment will be remitted upon the repulsion of all hostile Lyran units. The Comstar facility must be running on incredibly narrow margins if they can't afford to protect it themselves. Anyway, Commander, this should be very straightforward, and that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for very straightforward here.
Initiated.
Okay, looks like we do have some allies here. Excellent. Additional support? Yep, point defenses. Yep. We don't have anyone other than the point defenses. Okay. So let's go ahead and deploy, say, somewhere over in this forest over here. I think will be okay. We'll also deploy a little bit outside of the forest. Okay.
Ready to rock, Chief. This is a great spot for a battle mech fight. Really.
I hear helicopters.
Jungle?
Oh, that's our
Hell,
Comstar
fighting in a jungle.
engineer APCs? Yeah, that's the engineer APCs. Okay, so they will make it there very quickly. We don't see any enemies yet. Fascinating. Well, we're just going to make our way over towards the base then.
Heading out.
Position confirmed.
And we'll see where we can get to.
I'm there.
Piece of cake.
It's not going to be super far, of
Locking
course,
in
but
coordinates.
something along the lines of that.
Heading out.
Well, here come the engineers. They've almost made it into the escort zone. We're not in combat yet,
Location confirmed.
and I am wondering where the enemies are. We're going to continue heading over towards the base,
Order acknowledged.
No
but
problem.
I'm definitely a little concerned about where those enemies are right now. There's our turrets online. This is the edge of the map here. So we should be assuming that they're going to come from over here somewhere. Maybe take a stand up on this ridge.
Aye.
We can send, like, our first lance over on this side.
Roger.
And then our second lance over this way.
Move order received.
Something kind of along the lines of this.
Coordinates received.
Heads up, Commander.
Okay, here they come.
Hostile contacts inbound.
Oh, okay, over there. Sure. What do they got? Well, a cavalry attack helicopter is going to go up and see an Ostwar. Okay, that's a heavy. And this guy is a longbow, a Sand Devil, and an Augustus main battle tank. Sure. Honestly, that's not too bad. We can work with this. Oh, there's a second lance. Okay. Over on the other side. Sure. Yeah, we can still handle that. What do they have over here? They have a tank, an archer, a Heliopolis, and a Phoenix. That Heliopolis, is that wielding a long tom? That looks suspiciously like a long tom. I guess we'll find out.
Standing by.
To that end, we should likely try to not cluster up. We're going to move up over here, and we're just going to pot shot at one of these guys. Our hit odds are by far best on this Phoenix, and we'll give it a go. We're probably not going to hit, but it's worth a try.
Roger.
Yeah, no hits. Okay, sounds
I
good.
missed.
Indeed you did. Okay, that longbow is going to move up. Going for the Vector? Okay, it's pretty dead, I think. It actually lived.
Yes, Commander.
I'm slightly shocked about this. As far as the quick draw goes, let's see, the 4x1 is where? There, okay. Just thinking about how many units I want to commit to each side right now, and I think the answer is I want to commit the quick draw over here. Buzz, why do you only have 1 health? Okay, so Buzz only has 1 health. Did I accidentally deploy our wounded mech warrior? I feel like I tried not to, but maybe I did. Okay, I think the heavy rifle should be deployed over on this side as well. Okay.
Waiting for order.
And I also feel like the Shadowhawk should have been in cover here, but whatever. The Blackjack is going to deploy over here as a fire support, and we're going to lob our arrow for it, whatever we think is most clustered, which is actually this over here. And in terms of hit odds, I think we'll go for the longbow, but we're going to fire this in Inferno mode.
Target confirmed.
There we go. Okay, so
Yep.
accidentally deploying our wounded mech warrior is definitely a problem. The 4x1 is going to come on over here. And then,
Waiting for orders.
let's see, the Veagle is also going to move over this direction. We do have an LOS here, and we're going to take this. Hit odds aren't going to be great, but we'll give it a go. We will fire the tag first. We could also maybe fire the ATM in ER mode, and I think we're going to. Couple of hits there on the Ostwar. That's okay.
Waiting for orders.
The Ghost, I think, is going to be deployed up over here as well. They're going to have to come up this road. And to that end, we'll just position over here. Okay. What you got?
They've got a sensor lock.
A sensor lock on the Blackjack. Okay. And then they're firing on that Vector, which is still somehow alive. The Heliopolis, now we find out. Oh, okay, that's not a Long Tom, that's a Thumper. Could be better, but it could be worse. The Archer moves up, is also going to attack the Vector, and doesn't hit a single missile. I like it. The Ostwar moves up, goes for the 4x1, hits a couple of missiles, but not too bad. The Augustus goes for the cavalry, doesn't get any hits. Okay, sounds good to me.
Right here. Mm-hmm.
Our Gladiator, not in the best of positions. We're going to hold it in reserve.
Roger that.
It's best used with the dual heavy PPCs in, like, medium range anyway. So we'll let them close in, and then we'll open up with Gladiator once it's a little safer. Phase 7. Okay, a PPC hit on that Sand Devil. Turrets are currently moving, and they're attacking that Sand Devil pretty exclusively. Okay. So at this point, the Vector moves. It also goes through the Ostwar, does not hit. So they're focusing this lance pretty heavily, and we're going to join them in focusing this lance pretty heavily. Our quick draw
Put it on.
is going to move up to... Oh, I would really like to find a location with 2 evasive pips in cover that we have LOS. Unfortunately, such a location doesn't seem to exist, so we're going to Vigilance the quick draw, and we're going to move up onto the ridge. Okay, and then are we going to go for the kill on the Sand Devil? What are our hit odds on the Ostwar, the longbow? Actually, we have really good hit odds on the Augustus here. On the side arc. It has pretty decent armor, but we could shred that very hard with the rockets. And I say we do that. As a structure exposure,
I'm out of short range.
along with a decent amount of internal damage there. Not enough to kill the Augustus, but enough to make it quite exposed. They're going for the Ostwar, getting a couple of hits in. Okay, sounds good to me. And then getting some evasive pips. Excellent.
Yes, Commander.
At this point, our Ghost, I would love to make for this section of forest over here. I think we'll just grab 4 evasive pips and see what happens here. We are going to need to spread out a little bit with the Shadowhawk for the purposes of the Thumper. The Phoenix closes in a bit, does not fire. Okay,
I'm receiving.
so the Shadowhawk is going to move to this position for
All
Thumper reasons. And then we're going to fire on the Phoenix. Once again, just the ER mediums.
Copy that, Commander.
Got a couple of hits in there. Those were just pot shots. We'll accept that. Okay, the longbow moves out of the fire. Goes for the cavalry attack helicopter. It does get a structure exposure, but it doesn't kill the helicopter just yet.
Ready for orders.
Okay. Our 1G is going to assist in closing in over this direction. And we're going to get a nice flanking position with the 1G. 70%, 75%, 57. We're going for the Ostwar here.
On it.
A solid hit. I like it. Phase 17. They're going for the cavalry. And they actually missed everything. The archer moves. It goes for the blackjack here. And misses everything. I like it. That's going fantastically well.
What do you
Next
need?
up, the 4x1 is going to attempt to get into a firing position. I was really hopeful that we'd be able to this round.
Confirmed.
Unfortunately, the hill is not in its favor.
Ready for
The
orders.
blackjack, on the other hand, can absolutely drop an infernal arrow 4 on this Augustus, and that's what we're going to do. We're looking for the kill in here, as well as building up heat on the longbow. That was not a good shot.
Failed to connect.
If you miss with artillery, I've got questions. Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, our Veagle is going to probably stay where it's at, honestly, and go for the Augustus here. This is on its strong side, which is unfortunate.
Firing.
I was hoping that we'd get him to eject. No such luck. Ah, the thumper on the base. But no real damage to it. Sounds good.
Commander, I'm wounded.
You gotta be kidding me. At least he's not bleeding out. But man, we're getting such bad luck on the quick draw head hits. Like, that's absurd.
I'm listening.
Okay, well, we're gonna move up here with the Gladiator. The quick draw isn't bleeding out. He's okay for now. He just has a broken jaw. I'm sure he'll be fine. The Sand Devil is going to move through the fire, take a little bit of burn damage, and go for the cavalry. It's still not dead. Okay, missiles on the Sand Devil. A few hits there. PPC on the Augustus. No hit. That's fine. Little bit of damage over there. Sounds good.
I'm here.
So at this point, our Shadowhawk is going to, I think, Vigilance. And we're going to fire on the Phoenix. We're not going to fire our rockets just yet. I want higher hit odds before we fire those. We'll get a couple of laser hits in there. And we'll see what our friends, the helicopters, decide to do here. Going for the Ostwar. Getting a couple of hits in. Okay. The cavalry backs off. And I'm not sure that it fires. It does not. Oh, wait. It is piloted. Right. The Vector goes for the Sand Devil, gets a couple of hits in there.
Good to go.
That's fine. So at this point, the Hunchy is going to close in here, and we can start using our Wrecking Ball on this Sand Devil.
On it.
And so we shall. Fantastic. That's a structure exposure.
Commander,
The quick draw is going to move up to here,
moving out.
and I would like to finish one of these off. The question is which one? I think given hit odds, our best bet is the Sand Devil. That wasn't great shooting. Not great shooting at all. Okay, so the Phoenix moves, fires on the cavalry, and misses. Sounds good to me.
Orders.
Our Veagle is going to possibly proceed up the hill. Yeah, so that we have LOS. And we're going to go for the Augustus again.
Confirmed.
Not great. but that's okay. The longbow is going to go for the Vector. I like it. And that is a kill on the Vector, but we're okay with that. That is, of course, not our Vector.
Yes, Commander.
So the Blackjack is going to move on down the hill here
Position
to get out of
confirmed.
LOS. And we are, I think, going to drop an arrow for over here on the Heliopolis. And I am going to do Infernal to try to build up heat on it. But that's actually a howitzer, not a thumper. But okay, good enough. That was a mediocre shot, if ever I've seen one. The Ostwar is going to fire on the Hunchy. Its heat is up there.
Systems holding.
Okay,
Yeah?
so the 4x1 is going to move into a firing position here.
Confirmed.
And let's see what our hit odds are like. Pretty much identical on the Ostwar and the Sand Devil. Better on the Longbow. And so we fire on the Longbow.
Firing.
Good structure exposure there.
Scored a critical hit.
Excellent. The Archer moves up, goes for the Ghost. Oh, that's a lot of hits.
Damage critical.
They have Follow the Leader, maybe? Because that destroyed the claws on the Ghost. I mean, that's not the biggest deal, but that was a pretty major cluster on 4 evasive pips. It must be like Follow the Leader ammo or something. Okay, so we're going to pull the Ghost down over here, and we're going to protect the left side.
10-4.
Okay. The Merkava is also going to go for the Ghost. Not going to get too much done there.
I'm taking some serious...
Although we're very close to being unsteady. The Augustus is going to go for the 4x1 and not going to get hits there. That's good.
Commander.
At this point, our Gladiator is going to begin moving to engage. Heliopolis moves up, probably goes for the Ghost. Actually, the Shadowhawk, and I vastly prefer that. That is excellent. Sand Devil going for the Hunchy. That's fine.
Light damage. Holding firm.
And let's see what this last helicopter decides to do. That's a kill on the Sand Devil. I'm very happy about that. Missiles onto the Ostwar, only doing 6 damage there. Missiles onto the Merkava, doing a couple damage. Okay. That is fine. And with that, last episode was really long. I'm going to put a cut in here, and we'll finish this one next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.